Well, welcome back to the channel, Old Cars New Van. Going to see Hampson Auctions preview day today. So yes, Bolesworth Castle, that's where we're at in Cheshire. Now as we creep towards the indoor cars, which obviously are the better cars, I'll be perfectly candid with you, I think the standard is improving now. Again, no reserve, but this console Cortina, very smart indeed. Obviously from the era of the front bench seat. That's great. And of course, being the estate, such a practical classic car as well. Oh, it's like stepping back in time in here. You do get a period correct radio, I think. Maybe it's a little bit later than the car, but... And then this wonderful steering wheel. So big that I can't get it in shot from the driver's seat. But yeah, what a lovely, lovely old thing. I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah, it's absolute smasher, this. Could this be the one? Come on, folks, comment in the comments. Just look how deliciously simple it is under the bonnet here. And how much room there is to work on. That is fantastic. S finished in the classic guards red. It's not a straight car. If it was my car, I'd get rid of the Irish registration plate, but apart from that, it's nice. These Jaguars represent incredible value for money these days. This won't be expensive, and what a fantastic open top cruiser that is. Super comfy, super lovely. Again, a bit modern for me, but I can definitely see the appeal. But no, it's not what I came to see. My goodness me, Cadillac Seville. I'll let you out of your misery. This isn't the one for me. But it's interesting to see it nonetheless. The Americana. Wow. Even if you knew nothing about cars, you would know from this interior that this is an American car, wouldn't you? Goodness me. Yes, they're a certain appeal, that's for sure. Anyway, possibly a bit more uniform appeal in this country, certainly, is a good old Land Rover Series 3. A tidy example with just the right enough amount of patina and dents and knocks and scrapes to make it look like a Land Rover. That's not bad, that. Oh, it's many years since I drove one of these. They're an interesting experience if you've never tried it. It's a bit like yachting down the road. You sort of tack from left to right rather than steering. But they're certainly got bags of character. This is nice, however. The Triumph 2500 injection, a PI model. Very nice. I looked at these when I was, well, I sort of looked at these when I was getting the Rover P6. Obviously at this age, Triumph and Rover were in the same group, so it's sort of like internal competition with each other, which is a well-documented problem of the British car industry. But yeah, they're a nice car. Let's have a look inside. The classic Triumph steering wheel, and obviously the dials and the wood. That's just, doesn't matter whether you sit in a Triumph from, you know, Toledo. One of these, they're all, even the Spitfires, they've all got that Triumph look about them. It's just fantastic. I'll be honest, I do prefer the Rover, but I can definitely see the appeal, and it was a close thing. A Ford-based kit car from the 80s. I'm not going to spend too long on that. A very late Rover P6 on a P. My goodness me, the SD1 was out by then. But then there were quite a few kicking around, and they did keep on registering. The latest I've seen is it was an R plate for a P6. But yeah, this is P plate, 2200 single carb. Now this all looks very familiar, but different as well. You'll notice obviously we've got the strip speedo in this, being not the V8, although it has got the optional extra dials there of the rev counter. So yeah, it looks very familiar, but very different in the same way. Steering wheel's different, and obviously the big difference, this one's a manual. Interesting. This particular example has a factory steel sliding sunroof, which is a pretty rare option. Although I'm glad I haven't got that, because of course rust is beginning to bubble on a car of this age with a sunroof. As a general rule, with older cars, you're safer off avoiding sunroofs, but it isn't always possible. Isn't always possible. Obviously very different under here from our Rover P6. Gone is the 3.5 litre Buick V8, twin carb obviously, and in is the 2.2 single carb. Yeah, it'd be quite a different driving experience, but no, I like it. It's nice. It's I do like P6s, as you know if you watch this channel. Now then, this is a bit rarer. The Lancia Beta Monte Carlo. My goodness me, 1978 on the S plate. That is really nice, actually. Different, unusual. Not sure about the wheels, but I like it. I like it nonetheless. Well, this is a bit of a treat for me because I've never sat in one of these, so I'm going to achieve that now. Wow. Well, it certainly feels Italian. Yeah. Yeah, again, you have to be quite nimble and young to get in and out of that easily. So, yeah, you'd want to really want to have one, but it's nice, and it's such a rarity as well. It's great to see it. Great to see it. Pontiac GT, quite a rare car in this country. Obviously, left-hand drive. We never got them, so this will be an import. 80s Pontiac. And here we have a Nissan Pulsar, so it must be an import because it would have been called Sunny in this country. GTI R, again, quite a left field hot hatch from the 80s. This is about 87. Right hand drive, so I'm sure it's coming from Japan, most likely. But yeah, rare beast. Rare beast. So, can you guess from the dashboard what I'm sitting in? It's a Ford. It's from the 80s. Yeah, it's an Escort, but not any old Escort. It's the RS Turbo. Certainly desirable. Whether this particular example is the best you can find is open for debate, but you know, it's not bad. Now the Vauxhall VX220, very striking yellow. Obviously Lotus engineering and Vauxhall badging. This is a relatively early one, so it is a 220, which is the 2.2 injection engine. Later they became 2 litre turbo, but this is the earlier 2.2 injection. It's not a bad engine, it's quite torquey. I had the same engine, probably in different tune, in my Astra 2.2 SRI. If you watch this channel and go back all the cars I've ever owned, just as a daily runner, a daily transport, I had an Astra 2.2 SRI in my past. It was okay. Slightly disappointed because I think I was looking for the punch in the back when you accelerated, and you never quite got that. It was more sort of wave of torque, but yeah, good engine nonetheless. So up next, a 1957 Vauxhall Velux. Again, very contemporary colour, isn't it? Just like the Cortina, we're into bench front seat territory. A gorgeous dashboard. Oh, I'm going to have to sit in this. I can't begin to describe how squishy and comfy this front seat is. Absolutely love it. But you sit so low. I mean, I'm 6 foot, over 6 foot tall, and goodness me, I feel like I'm peering over the bonnet. I'm sitting so low. But and this lovely emblem on the steering wheel. Oh, I love this. It's nice. Obviously influenced by transatlantic styling. There's a whiff of Americana about it, but still undeniably English and UK. It's really nice, really nice. we move on to the 1961 Ford Zodiac in this rather fetching black over cream colour scheme. Again, we're talking bench front seat here. That looks rather special in there. That's obviously been retrimmed, but it's been done nicely, and that looks terrific. The fabulous horn push on the steering wheel and that ring. Again, such a squashy, comfy seat. Good view of the road ahead. Really nice this. It's just got 60s rockabilly sort of vibes going on. It's just great. Really lovely old car. Again, taking a chance selling it without reserve, because the appeal of these older ones is, you know, diminishing as those who remember them are sadly no longer with us, and the prices are dropping to reflect that, the appeal or lack of. So I hope it does well for them, because it's a lovely car, but you know, you're taking a chance with no reserve. It could go for surprisingly little. It's a nice car though. What's also nice is this 1968 Daimler 250. I mean, some might argue it's not the most desirable engine, this one, but I think they're all desirable personally. I think it's great. And as soon as you open the door, you know you're entering a quality car. That's just lovely. Commanding view of the road ahead. Comprehensive instrumentation. It's just lovely in here. Really, really nice. Again, offered without reserve. Yeah, it's really nice that, the Daimler. Really nice. Bit more modern. Renault Alpine Sport. Yeah, very futuristic dashboard and interior. I love the 80s Tantastic graphic equalizer on the stereo there. That's great. 1984 Ford Capri 2.8 injection. Again, an unmistakable dashboard. You know, just looking at that you're in a Capri. Such a long nose. People used to crash these pulling out junctions because they had to pull out so far they hit traffic. I had one. I love a Capri, but they are what they are. Yeah. Again, 80s Tantastics interior, isn't it? Great to see. And I think we'll finish outside on these couple of Japanese beauties. We've got a 98 Subaru Impreza and a Mitsubishi FTO. Yeah, the Subaru's nice. Very nice. Quite common, but very nice. Common as in there are a lot of them still around, so they're not a rare sight. But the FTO is perhaps a little bit rarer. Always quite like these, but what were they? There was a rather unfortunate nickname, wasn't it? The FT Slow. They're not really a performance car. They really look the part, but they're not a fast car. But I'm sure they handle well, and I'm sure they're good fun to own. Yeah, classic 90s Japanese look about it. This one's the auto, which possibly again detracts a little bit from the driving experience, but in a car like this. But no, it's nice. Nice nick this as well. So, as I say, we'll finish on the FTO outside, and we'll move inside where the more expensive cars are, and have a look what it is I might be looking at, if we haven't seen it already.